Good morning, everyone. I'm truly honored to share insight from a qualitative analysis on teacher agency in addressing global language education challenges. Please let me briefly introduce myself. I'm Lin, a master's student in the School of Graduate Studies in Yalin University. I'll enroll in a PhD program in pedagogy in mainland China in the next year. My research focuses on language education and the educational technology-assisted teaching. Research experiences laid a solid foundation for this topic discussion. This presentation follows the outline. In global language education, numerous challenges persist, particularly in developing regions. Teachers often grapple with constraints not only hinder the effectiveness of language education, but also limit teachers' ability to implement innovative teaching methods. The concept of teacher agency becomes paramount in addressing these challenges. It empowers teachers to take initiatives to meet diverse student needs and adapt to varying educational contexts. The study's research questions focuses on three aspects: teacher agency demonstration, influence factors, and impact outcomes. The significance of this research is multifaceted. It provides a theoretical framework, findings over practical guidance for educational policy making. It also highlights the importance of enhancing teachers' ability and also emphasizes teacher self-reflection and teaching improvement. The literature review highlights the challenges regionally, particularly in developing regions, where English teachers often face challenges in facilities, textbook outdated, and limited professional development opportunities. Teachers struggle with understanding and applying new teaching concepts due to the constraints from traditional modes and insufficient teaching innovation support. Teachers' ability to adapt to new technologies is important. Technological advancements bring both opportunities and demands for higher technological literacy in language education. Teacher agency is identified as a pivotal concept in addressing these challenges. Drawing from social cognitive theory, teacher agency is shaped by beliefs, goals, self-efficacy, and social influences, collectively determining how teachers approach their professional roles. Ecological perspective emphasizes the teacher agency develops by interactions with the environment, highlighting its dynamic nature in response to changing contexts. Teacher agency is demonstrated through the selection of appropriate teaching methods. Teachers also innovate by adapting traditional methods to incorporate modern techniques, driven by their agency to improve student outcomes and address diverse learning needs. The impact of teaching methods on student learning outcomes is significant, as effective methods can enhance student understanding and retention of material. Teacher agency extends to curriculum design and material development, where teachers actively participate in adjusting and supplementing content to align with teaching goals and student needs, integrating real-world contexts to make learning more meaningful. It also underscores the importance of teacher agency in student-centered practices. Teachers provide personalized guidance, focuses on holistic development, and building student autonomy and self-efficacy. It identifies key challenges: uneven resource distribution, the disconnection between teaching concepts and practice, the impact of standardized exams, the difficulties in technology interaction. It highlights how teacher agency enhances student learning outcomes in stimulating interest and motivation, personalized guidance, and promoting holistic development. Teacher agency is pivotal in driving educational reforms on implementation, curriculum, and teaching innovation. The research findings reveal challenges which poses significant obstacles to effective language education, and it emphasizes the multifaceted nature of teacher agency and its importance in addressing these challenges. Its crucial role in influencing student outcomes and promoting educational reforms has been widely recognized. Despite existing research, several gaps remain, lacking comprehensive comparative studies across diverse cultural research methodologies and interactions among teacher agency, educational policies, and social cultural factors. This study adopts a qualitative research method. A case study methodology is utilized. The sample covers different regions and schools. Purposive sampling is employed to select the teachers with rich experiences or unique insights into language education challenges. In China, the study focuses on teachers facing challenges like curriculum reform and limited educational resources. In Saudi Arabia, teachers participating in the CET program are chosen. In Iran, the research focuses on English teachers within the national education system. The analysis showed in China, teachers faced outdated facilities and large classes sizes, but they took initiatives, worked together to share materials, and adjusted their teaching strategies to meet new curriculum standards and social expectations. Their belief in student-centered teaching drove them to balance exam prep with overall language ability development. In Iran, teachers dealt with high-stakes testing and cultural conflicts between local and Western cultures in English teaching. They joined support groups to explore multicultural teaching and integrated local cultural resources. It enhances students' learning interest and showed their agency in adapting teaching methods within the constraints. The research findings review key challenges in global language education. In southern China, outdated teaching facilities hide innovative teaching activities. Schools struggle to meet the needs of modern education. And in Mongolia, backward teaching equipment restricts access to online resources, making it difficult for students and teachers to utilize modern teaching tools. In some regions, there is an uneven distribution of teaching staff. In Iran, English teaching is significantly influenced by the country's education policies and social cultural background. Differences between Iranian culture and Western culture carried by the English language may trigger conflicts in teaching. Teachers try to use local cultural resources, combining it with English teaching. This makes the teaching content closer to students' real-life situation and enhances their learning interest. Next, in college English teaching in China, the acceleration of the internationalization process requires the communication and integration of multiple cultures. Teachers actively guide the student to establish cross-cultural communication awareness in teaching. Yes, they organize group discussions and cultural exchange activities to help students experience and understand different cultures. In southern China, the reform of the national English curriculum standards bring new teaching requirements to teachers. At the same time, the social expectations for student English proficiency also bring pressure to teachers. In Inner Mongolia, the examination systems significantly influence English teaching. Teachers face a conflict between examination pressure and teaching concept. Despite the constraints, some teachers still try to cultivate student language application abilities and learning interest by organizing English extracurricular activities within limited teaching time. In Iran, English teachers face challenges such as high-stakes testing and prescribed curricula. These policy factors limit teachers' teaching autonomy to some extent. However, teachers still exert their agency within the limited teaching space. They flexibly adjust the teaching methods and content according to student characteristics and needs. Thus, it can stimulate teachers' learning interest and potential as much as possible. In the discussion, teachers in resource-scarce regions demonstrate proactive resource management. Cultural adaptation strategies show each country's context and goals, and teachers' adaptability. Despite difficulties in adapting to new technologies, teachers actively participate in training to master new tools, improving teacher effectiveness. Teachers in southern China actively study new policies and standards and formulate a personalized teaching path to meet curriculum reform and social expectations. The influencing mechanisms of teacher initiative is shaped by both personal and external factors. Teachers who believe in student-centered teaching are more likely to create diverse activities to meet the students' needs. Teachers' competencies in using technology or designing creative lessons influence their initiatives. A supportive school environment encourages teachers' motivation and collaboration. In southern China, teachers collaborate, leveraging a teamwork, valuing culture. However, rigid school systems can limit initiative by not supporting pedagogical innovation. Education policies affect the teachers' exams, influence teaching methods, and curriculum requirements shape lesson plan. This study advances teacher agency research by integrating social cognitive and ecological theories, exploring teacher beliefs, goals, and environmental interactions in shaping roles. It addresses prior gaps by examining diverse contexts. Practically, findings reform policy and guide teacher training, fostering responsive global language education systems. For the conclusion, this study provides valuable insights and responses into teacher agency in addressing global language education challenges and explore factors influencing teacher initiative. Personal factors include beliefs and skills, and external factors involves external factors influencing external factors involves a supportive environment and effective policy. However, this study has limitations. It doesn't fully cover the global diversity of cultural, economic, and educational backgrounds, lacks quantitative analysis, and not cover dynamic interactions. Future research showed involves more countries and regions, a mixed methods for analysis of teacher agency. It also expands to examine their effects at different educational stages and subjects to offer better policy and practice recommendations by dynamic interactions, exploring how teacher agency evolves in new educational settings. These are my references. And thanks for your attention.